We are live.
Yeah, we're going live now. I just sent a signal to the YouTube, so you can keep talking, man.
So people are able to see us now. Is that what you are saying?
Yeah, it's live. 15 seconds in, we're 16 seconds in now.
Okay, Mr. Laidi, please, can you just switch on your video? He said we are live. This one, I can't see it, so I don't know. Do you have
It's live. It's okay.
It's
It's
okay, you
okay,
can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so good.
Finally.
Good afternoon. From my own end, yes. So good evening to all the other people in the other time zone that we know are here on the score. So I want to really welcome you and apologize for not coming online on time. So please pardon us, and we hope that the time you will be spending with us will be a worthwhile one. So I have with me here Mr. Adekunle. He is the expert that can make your study in France dream come true. So I want to start by introducing EduThrive before I hand over to him. EduThrive is your one-stop shop for all your study abroad need. We recruit students from Nigeria to schools in Canada, in the UK, and US, Australia, and Europe. So there are some news that has been coming up from Canada as regards students and their future. And some of those news is making people jittery and they feel like, they can't go to Canada. And our own goal is to link you to places where you can still fulfill the dream of having a better life. It is true that Canada can be one of those places. But what if you can't afford Canada? I mean, if you are in Nigeria, you see what the exchange rate is like. And Canada, UK, US, Australia, those places are now kind of out of the reach of the average Nigerian. That is the truth. And because it is out of the reach in terms of funding, it doesn't mean that your study abroad dream should just die like that. That you just say, I cannot afford America, I cannot afford Canada. And then that means that I will not travel again. No, you can still travel. And actually, you can still go to class A country. There are European countries, which France happen to be one of them, that is grade A. Grade A country in terms of development, in terms of opportunity, in terms of, you can become all that you can become in North America, also in France. So that is why I believe so much in this opportunity that France is also a very, very good country to go to. However, Nigerians will want to shy away and say, oh, I can't speak French. Oh, I don't want to learn French. That shouldn't be a showstopper for you. And that's why we are looking at the opportunities that France can avail you in terms of giving you the better life that is so desired. So I have with me here today, like I said earlier, Mr. Adekunle. He will be the one to be explaining to us how your journey can be from the time you signify interest to say, yes, I want to go, up until the time you get there. So, welcome with me, Mr. Adekunle. So, welcome, Mr. Adekunle. Thank you for being here today. So, talk to us. I want to go to France. I want to go and study in France. How do I go about it?
Good evening, ma. Thank you for the invite. I really appreciate.
You're welcome.
Also, I want to say thank you for the introduction about France and also the way you put it in for students to understand that if not US, if not UK, if not Canada, there are still top destinations around the globe where they can further their studies abroad and come out with a good degree, equal on the labor market with what they can obtain either in Australia, be it USA or Canada. I really appreciate that aspect, the way you touched it. So for me, let me introduce myself. You already did, but let me just put it in a little bit, not deeply. My name is Adekunle. I am a certified consultant for French education abroad. We've been in this field for about a decade now, and we have a lot of testimonies around Africa, not only Nigeria. Uh, so today I will want to start with this thing or this point that most of Nigerians do not know. They are not aware of it. Like you said earlier, Ma, you said a lot of people would say, France, I don't understand French language. How can I study in France? Let me tell us today, France is one of the top destinations where they have a lot of English taught programs, be it in engineering field, finance, business, art, law, and so on and so forth. In France, there are a lot of field or specialty of programs 100% taught. So there should be no any worry about that. We are here today to assure, I wouldn't say Nigerians, but West African students and African students, because I don't know where others are watching us from, but I would like to say France is one of the good destinations for African students, especially we Nigerians that we always look up to UK, US. I agree with that because Nigerians or Africans, because of the colonial masters, they've built a lot of communities, association, and all that in these countries. But France also, from my experience, like I said, for almost a decade now, there are a lot of associations, communities in France as well that deals or handles different issues that pertain to international students. So let me start by saying, if we are looking to what is called educational exports, I mean, countries that people look as top destinations, if we start from maybe United States, we go to Canada, followed by UK, France is number 4. France is number 4 today. So France is number 4, and being number 4 is not just for anyhow nation. As we know, France is one of the countries that is recognized for its contribution globally and for innovation and research around the world. For me, from my experience and what I've done so far, I understood that France received almost 500 or over 500,000 students from different parts of the world, from US, from Canada, from Nigeria, from India, from China, from Poland, from every part of the world. France received over 500,000 students around the world. And the last year, in 2023, France was ranked number 3rd in Shanghai ranking. Like you said earlier, you said it is not only in these countries that are popular that people can earn good degree. Also in France, for Shanghai ranking in 2023 to rank France as number 3, it means France offer quality education. Quality education, meaning the degree is recognized around the world. Either you are Anglophone or you are Francophone. In as much as you studied in this country, your degree is recognized. Anywhere you found yourself in the future or in the labor market, your degree is recognized and you won't be like pushed aside. We don't know which country is France. We don't know this degree. That is not possible when we are talking about France. So we want to assure you today that if you choose France, like, because if you are listening to us today, you will think like these people are trying to divert my attention. They want to convince me. They want me to choose another place for my international degree dream and all that. No, we know the standard in the labor market. We know what France stand for in the labor market and in terms of quality education. So there is nothing like they are trying to, or we are trying to divert your attention. We are trying to let you lose concentration, or we are trying to let you lose your target. No. If you choose France, it's one of the top destinations.
Okay.
Another thing is that most cases, we give orientation to students to private institutions. Why? Because in the private institutions in France, most of these private institutions, from my experience for over 10 years or almost 10 years, we discovered that the private institutions, they have good collaboration with international companies. They have good collaboration partnership with international companies. So this helped these schools to place the students either during their studies or after their studies. And from my experience, when we say international companies, international establishments, it means that these companies, they use English as their first communication, English language. And being in an Anglophone, let me say, Ghanaian or Nigerian, you have opportunity to get a job in this country. Most of the time, our students, they place them easily for IT, industrial attachment. I mean, while they are studying, they place them automatically with companies where they earn money like salary to pay their tuition fee.
Good, good, good. So thank you so much, Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I would just kind of like ask specific questions so that we can make this as short as possible. Okay. So the number one question I want to ask is that for what levels of programs can we help students to get admission into? Undergraduate, postgraduate, PhD. I mean, what are those type of programs that we can advertise to students and say, okay, oh, these are the level of programs available?
Yeah, thank you for that question. It's very important. Let me start with SS3 students. This is what many people do not know about France. France accepts candidates from SS3. Like, for instance, students that will be sitting for their WAEC or their whole level examination, but May, June, July, something like that in Nigeria, they can apply now in France for their undergraduate degree.
Okay, so before they actually sit for WAEC in Nigeria, as long as they are in SS3, they can apply now to go and start their
September intake.
bachelor, okay, even before they have their WAEC result.
Exactly.
So what qualification or what result would we be presenting on behalf of that student?
Okay, thank you. They will be presenting their SS1, SS2, and the proof of registration for their WAEC.
Okay,
This is the requirements.
okay, good. Okay, so we can do for JSS3, then who?
SS3, and those
No,
that,
sorry, SS3, those that are about to go into the university, SS3 students.
yeah, and also we have some students whereby maybe they sat for their WAEC last year, year
Mhm.
before the last. They do not have one or two subjects they want to complete it this year. Also, we can register those students as well.
Okay. Okay, good. So
So
those students that have outstanding, maybe they are yet to make maths or they are yet to make English, they can also be enrolled to go and do their bachelor's in France, even while
exactly,
they are still pursuing the outstanding paper. Okay,
exactly.
okay. So what other levels of education do we offer?
Okay. For those that they've obtained their O level already, they can enroll for diploma, which is 2 years course.
Mm-hmm.
They can enroll for their undergraduate,
Mm-hmm.
which is the bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm.
So for that is
So how many
diploma,
years is bachelor's? You said diploma is 2 years. Bachelor's is how many years?
is 3 years.
Bachelor's is 3 years. Diploma is two
Yes.
years. Okay.
Yeah.
So for that level of education, is there any age limit? So because we find people that want to change their career, this person may be 35 years old, and the person say, I want to go and do nursing. I am an accountant, but I want to do nursing. So is it possible that somebody will just change like that at that age, or do you have an age gap for the undergraduate program?
Well, I can say the maximum age to apply for undergraduate should be 30 years, 29 years old. But
Thank
if someone has already obtained bachelor's degree and the
Mhm,
person has been working for a particular period of time, all of
mhm.
a sudden the person decided to change
Career.
program or to study a career, to do another degree, of course,
Mhm.
it's very possible. In as much you can provide a justification, you can provide what you have been doing for the past years or for the study gap. It's very
Okay,
possible as well.
okay, okay, good. So, what about master's program and other postgraduate level programs?
Yes, we have master's program, we have postgraduate as well. Also, we have MBA.
Okay, okay.
And
Did
the
you
one thing,
go
sorry, go
ahead?
ahead.
No, complete. I will ask my question later.
Okay. One thing again is that some countries they do
Mhm.
have issue with HND,
Okay.
the HND degree in Nigeria. For France, there is no issue. A lot of schools accept HND even with lower credits, third class,
Directly into masters or into their MBA.
direct to masters or to MBA as well.
Okay. So what is the duration of the MBA and the master's program?
Usually the duration of the MBA it is 12 months or 18 months.
Okay.
Why they have 18 months is because, for instance, you have like finance in your bachelor's degree background. You
Mm-hmm.
want to switch to engineering, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be 18 months. But if you are coming from BLC, bachelor, like business administration, undergraduate, and you want to do MBA, business administration, automatically is going to be 12 months.
Okay. Okay. Are there PhD programs? Yes.
Yes, we have PhD in business field for
Okay.
now.
PhD in business. Okay, good. What the students will be interested in is the tuition. So you give us a tuition range that
Okay.
undergraduate is within this range, postgraduate within this range. How much proof of funds will I need to present? And then how much deposit do I need to drop?
The tuition fee range from 5,600 euros for the what's it called, a diploma degree, which is 2 years, and for the bachelor's degree we have from 7,000 euros upward.
So 5,600, is it for 1 year?
Yes.
Okay, so the figure mentioned is per year. Even if I am doing a 3-year program, I know that that amount is what I am paying every year.
Exactly.
Okay, so if I want to go in for a program that is 5,600 euros, how much deposit will I drop?
3,000 euros.
So the school will expect me to drop 3,000 euros, okay?
Yes.
Then the remaining, I will pay it when?
Okay, this is one thing about France as well. About 95% of the institutions in France, they accept installment payment plan.
Okay, so what
Meaning,
does that mean?
come again.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
Okay. It means if you have paid initial deposit from your home country, when you get to France, upon your arrival, they allow you to settle down, start your program, start working, then start paying the balance maybe after 2 months on installment basis. So if your balance is, for instance, 2,000, they can break it into three, which is about 670 euros into three. Then the student can be paying it maybe after 2 months, for 650 euros, another 3 months, another 650 euros, the third payment, another 650 euros.
Okay, thank you.
Uh,
Students will always ask, will you help us with visa? So if the student comes down and say, I'm ready, how do I cross the visa hurdle? What do I need to present in terms of proof of funds?
okay, this is one of the important thing about France. France is very flexible when it comes to proof of fund. 2 person or 3 persons can finance a student, can sponsor just one student, which I'm very sure is not possible with other countries. And also France does not like compulsorily you must provide someone who is closely related to you.
To
Maybe
you.
your brother,
Okay.
your father, or something like that. Anyone can finance a student, can sponsor a student.
Okay. So when you say anyone, that means and up to 3 people. So that means that if a student wants to go to school, he can meet Uncle A, Auntie B, and their church. And
Yeah,
the three organization and the individual can write letter of sponsorship, or is it that they will bring their own bank statement? What document are they presenting?
yeah, each and every one will present their statement of
Their
account. That's the
statement of
first thing.
account.
The last 3 months,
The last 3
and
months.
yes, and they show their proof of activities where they are earning the money from, and they will now, for instance, split the amount that the student needs to prove or show to the consulate.
Okay.
615 euros per month, meaning if they are three, each of them will state on their letter that, hi, Mr. Adekunle, I will be transferring 200 euros to Demola.
Every
The
month.
other person, Mr. Shupo, I'll be transferring 200 euros. So it continues like that, just like that.
Okay. Okay, good.
And
That's
one thing about
nice. So I'm sorry for cutting you short. That's a very, very nice thing. So the student needs 680 euro for their upkeep in a month on a monthly basis.
615, 615.
615. Okay, so 615. And that 615 can be shared by 3 people and say, I'm
Yeah,
responsible for 200, you are responsible. And then they will write letter and put their bank statement to support that they can afford to do that. You're muted.
yeah, okay. What
Yeah,
did you say?
so they can just, show that they can be supporting the person with 200 euros every month, And
Yeah.
their bank statement should at least show that they have a job, and that 200 euro, if it comes out from this account on a monthly basis, will not be a bad thing. So,
Yeah, it's not going
so
to
that
affect
means
the person financially.
that means that the person should have a job, that the salary should be like how much? Because 200 euros is it not like 300,000 already?
Yes.
So if
It's
somebody wants to say, I want to be giving my niece 300,000 naira every month, then how much should that person's income be? That will make it, sound reasonable. Or it doesn't matter.
Well, I can say if the person is earning like 550,000 per month is okay.
It's okay. Okay. Yeah, because it's good for us to really like break it down so that um yeah. So that covers for their sponsorship.
Living
So
expenses,
an expense, living expense,
monthly
yes,
living expenses. That
yeah,
includes the house
uh-huh,
rent, utility bills,
and everything.
yes, yes, and everything.
Okay,
Excluding the
that's
tuition fee. Excluding the
excellent.
tuition fee. Yeah.
Okay, good. So my next question will be, what if this person says, I don't have three people that can write that for me? I don't have. Is there anything your own company can do to help that individual? Is
Sure,
that
we have.
okay?
Yes, we work with a company that is being authorized by the consulate around Africa and Asia
Mm-hmm.
to stand on behalf of a student to provide proof of fund for students. So meaning, like I said earlier, 615 euros for monthly basis
Mm-hmm.
multiplied by 12, which is around 7,380 euros.
Mm-hmm.
We have some parents or some students
Mm-hmm.
that do not have the statement of account. They have nobody to finance them, but they do have properties.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have we've seen cases whereby they did not have money, they did not have any statement of account, but they have property. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when they have fees are handy, they sell the property. But you will just have the money once in your hand. You cannot tell a consular that this is 7,300 euro. There is no any breakdown, there is no statement of account for that. So in this case, this company, they stand on behalf of the student that the student has deposited this total amount to be spent for the first 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So when they get to France, the company will be transferring this money to them on a monthly basis.
Okay.
And if they do not have the total amount of 7,380 euros, the
Mm-hmm.
company still help them. If they can deposit part of it, the company is a financial institution,
Yeah.
so they complete the money for them. They issue a document stating that Adekunle, who will be studying at the University of Paris, has deposited 7,380 euros in our account.
Mm-hmm.
Upon his arrival in France, our company will be transferring 650 euros to his local account in France.
Okay. It's okay.
Between the student and this company, they're both they knew that
Then
the student deposited half. So you should not be expecting 7,000 when you get to France. You should be
yeah,
expecting what deposited while you are home country.
makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. So the issue of where the student will stay when he gets there, that is accommodation. How do we help them with that?
Okay, we also have this sister company that provides accommodation throughout France,
Mm-hmm.
even around, because France, we have France metropolitan and we have France suburb, meaning the highlands. We have
Mm-hmm.
part of France that is located around Africa. We have some parts of France that are located around Caribbean countries. So anywhere France territory is, we provide accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
We
Okay.
provide accommodation throughout France for any student. And the accommodation rents range from 300 euros to 700. We have some students, their parents are very rich. They can live in a full apartment, even in a building. We have some, they just want to be living in self-contained. So it ranges depending on your lifestyle and your
Mm.
financial capability.
Okay, good. So for most Nigerians, I know that they are usually interested in health, um, medical and health related courses. So some will say, I want to go and do nursing. I just want to do a course that will help me to get job fast. So in your own experience, what are those areas of,
Field of studies.
industry or area of study that somebody you can encourage somebody to go and study? Like for me now in Canada, I know the courses that if you mention, I'll say, abeg, ní tà púpọ̀, that don't avoid it. So for France, what are those courses that you think that should be the in-demand ones that people should go for?
Well, let me start with IT, computer engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, computer engineering, computer science, artificial
Mm.
intelligence, data analytics.
Okay.
They are okay.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Followed by, come
Go
again.
ahead.
You want to
Go
say
ahead.
something?
No, no, no.
Okay. Okay. Followed by business programs. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of companies, they do hire students. I can say boldly that Anglophone students, they have huge chance in France to get job quickly.
Okay.
So it's not that I'm trying to switch talk it. From my experience, I've not seen an Anglophone student that is either jobless while he or she is studying or after graduating. I've not seen it. Maybe we have, but for me, I've not seen it.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that's good. That's very good to know. So you are not even talking about the health courses that people think that is where life is. So Nigeria,
I'm
they
coming
will
there.
say
I'm
health,
coming
health.
there.
Uh-huh.
I'm coming there, man. If we talk about health field, uh, honestly, presently we don't have health field in English. We only
Okay.
have it in French.
Okay.
So the only thing we can suggest for such students is to go and learn French first in France, not in Nigeria or in Ghana or in Sierra Leone, Liberia. No, we
Okay.
provide admission, a pathway admission. That is, the
Mm-hmm.
student will be going to study French as a foreign language preparatory year, and after about 8, 9 months, based on his or her improvement, this student will join nursing program in French language.
Okay. I like this one that you say based on the person's performance and improvement. So if after 8 or 9 months that I have been studying this French and the French is not Frenchy, what will happen to me?
Okay, one thing is this: the person needs to be ambitious, has a vision. You are not going to study the French just to go back to the street. You want to study the French language to go and start a major after a particular period of time.
Yeah.
So first thing is for the student to make sure that he or she passes the test from
Mm.
A1 to A2, B1 to B2. From B2, the student can join. So I'm very sure that if you have a vision to go and start your major after 8 or 9 months, I'm very sure the student will not fail. And also,
Effort.
the schools, they do give a very huge follow-up to make sure that the student do not come back and repeat some
Mm.
levels. So they
Okay.
do follow up, make sure that they how do I say it in English? They do make sure that they get the necessary level that they need even before the 8 months.
Okay.
So I'm very sure that that any students that join this program, this French
Mm.
language preparatory, would definitely complete the B2 before 8 months. I'm very sure
Mm.
about that.
Okay.
Because you are studying and you are in the environment. It's different from when you are studying French language. You are living in an anglophone in Anglophone country. It's different.
Mm. Okay.
So that is just
Okay. So a major question has been asked here. Can I bring my family? You know, Nigerians are, that question will always come up. So as a student, can I bring my family or what's the plan?
it. Okay. France has never adopted this system of bringing family
Mm-hmm.
while you are studying. But
Mm-hmm.
it is very possible after graduating because it's going to become a liability, to be honest with ourselves. You are studying, you are still struggling to pay your tuition fee, and you are
Mm-hmm.
bringing someone. Automatically, reasonably, it is a liability. So they do not allow this thing of this pattern or system of dependent to go with your husband or to go with your wife and kids. Well, the
Mm-hmm.
only thing that I know that France accepts is when you have a full-time job, you can bring in your family, you file for your family, either your husband or your wife. At that time, you are not a liability. You can feed yourself, you can pay your rent. So it's very normal for you to bring your family with you.
Yeah. So that means that for somebody that is going for master's program and is a 1 year program, you will go for your 1 year, maybe another 6 months, you would have gotten a job and you should be settled enough to be able to invite your family. Is that it?
Yes, that is how it works.
Yeah. Okay. Um, I think you have answered this question. Somebody said, I have a master's degree already and I am an academic staff of a university. Can I get a PhD in mathematics education? I think that's possible. You already said there are PhD programs.
Yes, I said for now we have only
Oh,
DBE
sorry, it's only in business courses.
business.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. So the person asking, no, you can't do PhD in maths now. The PhD available is for management courses. Am
Yeah,
I right?
you are
Okay,
correct.
okay. Um, Somebody also is asking, are there scholarships? Somebody said, is there a scholarship for MSc in plant science? In fact, just help us answer scholarship in general. That is something Nigerians always want. Scholarship. Free, ni. Yeah. Give
Okay,
us,
let me
must give us scholarship.
okay. One thing about scholarship is that, to be honest, France loves excellence, meaning brilliant students
Mm-hmm.
that is excelling, that has good results. So there are scholarships, but we don't give scholarships. French government gives scholarships to students, but this must be student that has distinctions, first class, not just anyhow student. I'm not saying anyhow, but not student with second class or third
Rich.
class. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
like half ratio. So these scholarships are meant for students with distinctions, and you have to apply directly to the government portal, which is not even guaranteed because a lot of students around the world are applying from
Fine.
USA, Canada, Australia, Mali, Benin, and all that.
Yeah.
So it's very tight.
Yeah. Scholarships are really very competitive. So anybody that really wants to move on should not be planning their life based on scholarship, because scholarship can happen, it may not happen. So just have your own plan that when scholarship, if you now get scholarship, it's like, thank God though, it makes your life easier. But if you are
Exactly.
sitting down there and waiting until you get scholarship, you may wait for a long time.
Wait, and wait. One
Yeah.
thing again, let me quickly say this. There is one thing about France. You can
Mm,
transfer your credits. A
mm,
student who has completed first year of undergraduate degree,
mm-hmm,
the one they call 100 level in Nigeria,
mm-hmm,
you can continue automatically your 200 level in France.
mm-hmm.
France system accepts transfer of credit.
Credit.
If you have completed your 200 level in Nigeria or in Ghana, I don't know, you can continue your 300 level, which is third year of your undergraduate degree.
Okay.
So transfer of credit is accepted in France.
Mm. That's good.
But
Good.
with one condition, you cannot be doing business administration. You've
Okay.
completed 100 level business administration, 200 level business administration. Now you want to cross to computer science. 300 level is not possible.
So it has to be the same program.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Another question says that, do you have English proficiency requirements? Like, some schools some
Okay.
countries will ask you to do test of English, maybe IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, all those ones. Do you have?
I understand. No, you are coming from an English-speaking country.
Mhm.
You are going to study in English. There is no need to provide IELTS. The only place where they ask for what's it called, deaf French language proficiency, that
Mhm.
is when a student from Nigeria, Ghana wants to apply for French program in public universities. So
Okay.
you need to show to the school or to the university that I understand French language to level B2 or level C1. So I want to study French program in your school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So lastly, what are the admission intakes? When are the starts of the semesters that students
Okay.
can come in?
Yes, academic year.
Hmm.
There are two academics year. Oh, the one of September and October, which is very popular, common everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is January, February, and March. So it depends on the school calendar. Some schools, they do accept students in January, some February, and some March. It is still one intake.
Mm-hmm.
January, February, March, one intake.
One intake, okay.
September, October, one intake. So they have two intakes in France.
So we can just say January and September, but that January, it can stretch up to March before they receive,
Yes, it could be
and
extended,
it
something like
can
that.
be extended.
Extension
Then for September, it can be extended
to
till
October.
October. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone is asking, is MSc in accounting a good course to do in France?
Yes.
MSc in accounting
Yeah.
is a
The answer is yes.
yes. Okay. So you will help us out here now. In Naira value, in Naira, all of these things that we have been saying, Kinikon euro, 3,000 deposit euro, this 700 and something euro. So in the Naira value, for somebody to be able to get an admission and carry his bag, and enter plane and be going, how much do you think out of pocket in Naira, the minimum that person must have today? The other money, we said the other money, you can be paying in installments when you get to school.
The
But
tuition.
at least, yes, at least you need to have a deposit. You need to be able to show housing certificates, Abi,
Yeah.
and proof of funds.
Yeah.
So let us not add their ticket to buy flight. But how much minimum can 5 million? If I have 5 million naira in my account today, can I carry my bag and say I'm going to France to go to school? Or do I need more than that? Do I need less than that to start?
With the issue Nigeria is facing currently with exchange rate, I cannot say specifically that 5 million would be fine.
Okay.
This, as we are talking now, if someone or a student has 5 million, he or she is good to go.
Okay. So
Tomorrow, I
as
don't
at
know what
today,
might happen.
so as at today, based on today's exchange rate, somebody that has 5 million naira can, but don't be too hard on, don't let us make the figure too hard. So if you are listening there now, just say with 6 million, because that 5 million, since we are saying, as at today, so maybe with 6 million naira, you can say, I have 6 million, I will pay deposit of 3,000 euro.
Euros.
3,000 euro, because that one is already like 4.5 million.
Exactly.
It's already 4.5 million. And then there are still other costs involved in all of
Yeah.
these things. So 5 million yen may not fly. So if you have 6 million naira, then you can
Of
do
course.
something. You can do something.
Yeah.
But if you say I have, because we get calls from people, how much do you have? We have 2 million. We have 3 million. It's unfortunate. It's not the fault of the school. It is the exchange rate. Because that money is just becoming something else every day. So, um, so, Mr. Adekunle, any last words before I tell them how they can reach out to us and what we can do for them to make this dream come true?
Okay. What I would say is just that they should give it a try, and I'm sure they are going to come back to share good testimonies,
Amen.
because we have a lot of Nigerians that they are doing well. Uh, I was surprised one day I met Nigerians at the airport, Paris, Charles de Gaulle. They are working in big, big offices in Nigeria. It was when this guys spoke pidgin English within themselves that, so you guys are from Nigeria? They said, yes, we studied here and we are working at the airport. So they, they are well placed. No, they are working just like casual staff at the airport. They are working in good offices at the airport. I'm saying Charles de Gaulle, not Orly, the smallest airport in Paris. Charles de Gaulle, for instance. So what I want to say is that let Nigeria open
Mm,
their orientation, expand their horizon to see beyond. It is not like you said earlier when you started. It is not only in France, only in US, UK. Some of us
mm,
can't afford these countries anymore because of the exchange
yeah.
rate. To be honest with ourselves, but there are still destinations based on their standard. France is one of the top 5. They will
Mm,
get good job, they will get quality education, and of course, they are already open to the world. You cannot be in France and be telling me that you can't go to US whenever you want. You can't go to Canada. You can't go to, yeah, of course, you can go. So
mm,
my advice this night is just that please try to check it out. Test it. If you do not test it, you will not
no,
know what we are talking about.
thank
So
you.
this is just my
Your
advice.
last one, your advice.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's just the truth. If it's not in all cases that you can eat your cake and have it. Because some people would say they want to come to Canada, and how much do you have? 5 million naira. Say, help me look for something, 5 million. I'm like, from where will I look for this thing? 5 million naira is like $4,000. What will $4,000 do? You know,
Nothing.
it can't do anything. So, and if that's the reality, and you still want to travel, they did not bury your placenta in some countries that you are saying by fire by force. That's where you must go to. If it is a good life you want,
Honestly.
go to the place where the good life can be attained, and then where your hand can reach. You know. Before, they will say cut your coat according to your size. Now, maybe you have to cut your coat according to the material that you have, the quantity. If you cannot sew coat for you, maybe you can sew handkerchief. By all means, sew something. Just keep moving. So that's why we are presenting this opportunity to you. With 6 million naira, if you have to pay tuition in UK or in US or in Canada, your 6 million naira cannot do anything. So that's the truth. But with 6 million naira today, we said at least it can lead you towards the actualization of a study abroad dream in France. So thank you so much for watching. EduThrive, we can help you, walk you through the process of all of those things. We work in partnership with Mr. Adekunle's company. So you will be speaking with us if you are interested. Our number, our website information is on the body of I believe you are watching on YouTube. So you are going to see it in the description of this post, where you can reach out to us on phone. You can visit our website. You can join our WhatsApp group. Yeah, and we will collect your documents and just help you through the journey. So that's what we do. You will be paying us a service fee for all of this effort. So you know that this is not a non-profit. So thank you so much for joining the conversation today. So Mr. Adekunle still want to say something. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something. Also, if you have parents that want to send their kids from age 11 to 19 to go and complete their high schools in France, we also have schools we partner with in France.
For high
So
school.
for high school.
The tuition for the high school education, is it still like the same range we talked about for the masters?
It's not easy to handle kids, so it's a little bit
So it's more
expensive. It's
expensive.
from 9,000 euros upward. But to be honest, it's still better than Canada. We know how much high school costs in Canada, and US 50,000, 70,000 per annum. But in France, you can still get 9,000, 15,000 euros for the high schools. And lastly, we have engineering school for civil engineering, where the upfront is just 2,500 euros. So there are science students, even they could hardly get admission in Canada, US, and UK, to be honest with ourselves. But if they are science students in Nigeria, we can easily get them admission in France, where they can study their bachelor's degree and master's in civil engineering. The initial deposit is very low compared to other schools.
2005. And
2000, yeah,
we are talking about undergraduates.
yes, undergraduates.
Okay.
Even we are still negotiating with the school to reduce the initial deposit. And the total tuition fee per annum is just 7,500 euro. You cannot get that in the UK, neither in US or Canada, for civil engineering, to be precise.
Mr. Adekunle, stop bashing our Canada. Stop bashing
I'm not
our
bashing.
Canada.
I'm not bashing. I'm not
It is
bashing. I'm just
Nigeria
trying.
exchange rate that is messing all of this thing up.
No, I'm not bashing at all, man.
You are actually speaking the truth. That's the truth. Because 7,000 euros, I mean,
For civil engineering.
you can't, for a university, for a bachelor's in Canada, you should be expecting to pay 20-something thousand dollars a year. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So it's cheap. You know, cheap is relative, because by the time somebody calculates that 7,000 euro, it'll be like, 10 million naira, and that's what you are calling cheap. Sorry, it's not us, it's the exchange rate, but just know that it's more expensive in some other countries. So thank you so much for your time. We really, really do.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you. And people, EduThrive is here to serve you. Please do reach out to us and let us help you, walk you through the process of landing the school you want in France, and helping you with every other thing about the logistics. So thank you, and do enjoy the rest of the day. So thank you, Mr. Adekunle. We'll be seeing you.
Welcome, man.